Back to school shopping just got a whole lot easier. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a detailed look at 5 things that I think every single high school student should own. From improving your audio quality when you're in online class, there's many different things that different high schoolers can own to improve both their school experience and their hobby experience. These items will be useful regardless of what age or what grade you're in school. Whether it be college through high school, everything on this applies to you. So with that said, let's dive into the list. So the first thing, and this one is a bit obvious, and it's having a good laptop. Having a good laptop is so important, especially in the age of school that we're in right now. Now, a good laptop can have different meanings for everybody. If you're going to be someone that loves to do 3D modeling, then getting a baseline MacBook Air probably isn't the thing that you want to look into. Instead, you should probably look into getting a MacBook Pro or something along those sides. If your main focus with a laptop is school, then you probably shouldn't be looking at MacBooks. Unless you really like the software, you should be looking at more budget options that will give you more flexibility. These may include a Chromebook or something along the lines of an iPad Pro maybe, or even an iPad Air. Or if you're really on a budget, you could even get the base model iPad, which just got a brand new update. All of these are great options for students, especially now considering the immense power that an iPad can have now. Laptops can be amazing for both school and for personal tasks such as multitasking, video editing, photography, or graphic design. Buying a laptop is an investment because they're very pricey. Usually laptops range from anywhere from $300 to like $8,000, and it may be a bit overwhelming choosing which one to pick. I have the MacBook Pro from 2020 with an Intel chip. I was unfortunate to not get the one with the M1 chip, but it's a very good laptop and it runs and it does everything I need it to do with reasonable spec. When purchasing something in general, and this doesn't only apply to laptops, you should use what I call the 0 to 1 rule. The 0 to 1 rule basically works as following. It's better to get something that you don't have than upgrade something that you already have. Basically, if you were to apply the 0 to 1 rule to buying a laptop, it would be better to buy a laptop than to get the newest iPhone, for example. That is just a basic example of the 0 to 1 rule, and it is something that I think is very important because a lot of us can get carried away with all the different things that are available. From Apple Watches to MacBooks, we're almost overwhelmed by choice. This is why we should apply the 0 to 1 rule when buying things online and for our personal thing. For example, it's better from going to not having a phone than from having a phone, then upgrading from a 2020 MacBook Pro to a 2021 MacBook Pro. Basically, the concept can be summarized in the fact that it's better to get something that you don't have than to upgrade something that you already do have. Laptops last years, even decades if you treat them well enough, and you can even find some amazing second-hand deals from retailers such as eBay. So if you're on a very strict budget, there are options for everybody. You don't have to get the newest MacBook Pro, and if you do want to get the newest MacBook Pro and you don't have enough money to afford it, then you can go on eBay or on a second-hand market or even buy a refurbished version of the item. Basically, what a refurbished version is a returned or damaged product that got fixed by the manufacturer. For example, let's say I spilled juice on my MacBook and I had Apple Care. I would send the computer back and they would either give me a new one or repair my already existing MacBook. If they were to give me a new one, they would fix up the old one in which I spilled juice on it, fix it up and make it so it runs as smoothly as a new one, and then they would sell it as a refurbished item. Refurbished items can vary from quality. Some are great while others not so much. This is because it depends on what the state of the item was when it was returned. For example, a refurbished item can count as something that somebody opened and then realized it didn't really want, or a return could be someone broke the screen of their laptop and returned it. Basically, having a good laptop is essential, no matter if you want to use it just for school or if you want to also use extracurricular activities such as video editing and graphic design. Next thing is good headphones. If you live in a noisy household or if you have a sibling of any sorts, you probably know that getting good headphones, especially noise cancelling headphones, is an insane upgrade that everybody should get. A lot of people find it hard to concentrate in the online school era because of so many noises and distractions that are happening around their own house. For example, if your mom decides to make a smoothie, it's probably gonna distract you a lot. Or if your brother decides that he won a match of Minecraft Bed Wars, he's gonna scream, and that's probably not gonna help you in your AP psychology test. My very intelligent human being broke my pair of headphones, and I don't have a very good track record with headphones. Me and them are just not best friends at the moment. But if you can get your hands on a really good set of noise cancelling headphones, the definition of great can vary from people. If you're looking for a budget option, then there's plenty out on the market. You could even get the Earbuds Pro from Apple. Those are a bit pricey, but they're usually worth the price. Headphones can be used on the bus, on the car, in the hallways, in your house, all these different scenarios. If you like listening to music, you need good headphones. If you want to pay attention during online class, having good headphones can help. And you don't need the big bulky ones. You can get small noise cancelling earbuds at a really good price nowadays. I'll leave a link in the description to a couple of the headphones that I personally found that I enjoyed the most. Granted, I don't have a good track record with headphones, and I tend to break them a lot, but the reasons why I've broken them have been for my own reasons. The products haven't been faulty themselves. So if you're looking for a new pair of headphones so that you can be distract-free in this online school era, then feel free to check the link in the description, and I'll have loads of different options at varying different price points so everybody can be happy with their purchase and not leave a big hole in their bank account. Number 3 is a small USB microphone. Now listen, I know what you're thinking. Why would I need a USB microphone? And you would be very correct in asking that question because it does seem a bit unnecessary. Well, the reason why I think everybody that's taking online classes and maybe even school in general should have a USB microphone is because of video projects and online school. You don't want to be that kid that sounds like there's an earthquake happening in his house because his microphone sucks. Instead, you want to have a good, nice quality audio so that your classmates will tolerate you and so your teacher won't be annoyed and never pick on you again, which may be a positive for some people, I guess. But the point is that you need a good USB microphone for video projects, as well as just in general. Having a USB microphone can be nice. The one I have isn't necessarily very expensive. It's the Fifine K669B microphone, and I've been using it for quite a while. Now, I have a bunch of upgrades on my microphone, like a shock mount and a boom arm, and all these things that are completely unnecessary. All you need is the things that come with the microphone itself. I just chose to have nicer equipment because I want to have a nicer experience. But if you're starting off in school, you don't need this expensive boom arm setup. You can just buy the microphone itself for like $35 or $25. I can't remember exactly. Again, link in the description. They do sell a kit that comes with everything. That is only if you want to have everything. It's 100% not necessary to have everything, but I'll leave both links in the description. This is a great USB microphone for the price. It picks up amazing audio, and if you know how to edit audio decently well, you can get this to sound like a professional condenser microphone, even though it's just a teeny weeny USB one. Your classmates will thank you, as well as your teachers when they're hearing your presentation about the Great Depression, because USB microphones help your video or even your project stand out more and give the teacher a better sense that you want your project to be quality. Just picking one of these up for a couple bucks will improve your experience as a whole, because you'll have better audio and you'll also have a higher quality of assignments. Number 4 is a small notebook. Let's be honest, small notebooks are great. I have this one, which isn't particularly like a fancy one. It's just a simple notebook. I mean, a notebook has to be a notebook. There really isn't like no fancy way that you can go about this. Yeah, sure, you could get like a pocket pad or something, but this does the job perfectly fine. It's just where I keep my notes, and it's an amazing thing to have just a little teeny notebook that you can slip anywhere. The reason why I would recommend that everybody has one of these lovely books is because you can use it to write a load of things. For example, book notes is something that you wouldn't use a conventional notebook for. They're too big and they don't really make it easy to write while you're sitting down. Meanwhile, these are great for writing when you're sitting down, and they're about the size of the Kindle anyways. So you can very comfortably write your book notes while still comfortably reading. reading. It won't be that big of a hassle. You can also do this for journals and for to-do lists. A lot of people like having physical to-do lists because it helps them keep a better record, I guess, of the things they're doing. This is a great way to do this. I'm not plugging this notebook specifically. You can use any notebook. This is just the one I happen to have. But having a little notebook can help you so many different ways. It's almost stupid the amount of ways that this little thing that costs like $2 on the dollar store, that doesn't make sense. Things in the dollar store are only $1. This probably will run you about $2 to $3 depending on where you live. If you live in California, it's probably going to cost you the down payment of a house, but it's still worth the investment. With this, you'll never forget anything. If you write down a to-do list, you'll most likely want to get all the things in here done. Studies prove that just writing things down can help you remember and recall the information better. You can do your grocery list on this. You can do anything on this notebook. Get a notebook. Some people just like having a physical thing to write their thoughts and emotions in. If you want to use this as a journal, go ahead and use it as a journal. I use Notion for my journals, but if you like a more physical approach, then use the notebook. I'll leave a link to some notebooks that I've tried and are great, as well as a Rocketbook. A Rocketbook is a great alternative to having these if you want to be a bit more eco-friendly. This one that I have is eco-friendly, but I know a lot of notebooks aren't. But you can get what's called a Rocketbook. Basically, it's a recyclable notebook that you can use for like 50 uses and it never runs out because it's a special kind of paper that you can erase from. There's also a version where you microwave it and it just erases everything, which is fantastic, but you just get the eraser one. It's easier. No one wants to see you microwave your book. Now this one may sound a bit redundant, and this is getting a Kindle. Kindles are amazing. I've read so many different books because of my Kindle, and I know that I've already said so much crap about the Kindle, but the reason why I shove it down your throats is because it's a really amazing purchase and one that is very helpful, and it has a very good ROI, or return on investment. This simple electronic device can change your life, and I guarantee it. My screen time has been really down since I got this because instead of using my phone in bed, I have instead opted to read a book on my Kindle before going to bed. This is amazing because the Kindle doesn't have blue light, meaning that your eyes won't hurt after reading a book on Kindle. You'll also learn loads of things. Like right now I'm reading a book about memory. It's called Unlimited Memory, and it's a great book for people that want to remember things. I haven't gotten through reading it just yet. I literally started it today. It's on Kindle Unlimited. If you want to try it, it's literally free. You get Kindle Unlimited by just purchasing one of these. A lot of people like reading physical books. I know, I get it, but then again, for me, buying a Kindle was more about reducing friction to reading because I could read in darker environments, and there really wasn't an excuse for me not to read when I had my Kindle around. Basically, I couldn't BS myself into a reason as to why I shouldn't read when I had one of these around. If you want to learn more about why you should buy a Kindle, check out my video in which I'll teach you why I bought a Kindle and why I think every student should own one. Now, last but not least, I'm talking about a tripod. Whether it be one like this that has the bendy arms or just a simple tripod, having a tripod is amazing for all students. You can't tell me there's been a scenario where you've had to record a video and you ended up stacking your phone on 84 encyclopedias instead of just putting it up on a tripod. It's so much work to put up your phone and stack it up on a bunch of books to be able to record a video. That is why tripods come so in handy, especially for students. There's always a scenario in which you could make your camera angle look a bit better by just purchasing a tripod. The thing about these is that they're insanely and ridiculously cheap. They only run you about 20 to 15 bucks at most. And I'm talking about the little hand portable ones. The big ones, you don't need those, but those are usually like $30 to $40. Basically, these are insane, and you can buy one with a little phone mount, which is what I'm using to record this video, if you want to use it for your phone. If you already have a camera, then don't bother with the phone clamp unless you want to use it like as a double angle kind of thing. You'll be surprised how many times this comes in handy. Even if you just want to study with your friends, having a good camera angle is nice points for both them and for you, because A, you can see how you look, and B, they can see what you're doing. So yeah, basically get a tripod. It's very cheap and it has also a very good ROI. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope that you decided to purchase one of the things based on what I told you about it. These things have personally helped me a lot, and I find it very helpful that you took the time to look at this video and realize that some things in life are worth paying a little bit of money for. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. I post 2 videos every week and I will continue doing that, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next one.